introduction is needed. For those who know who I am, I'm Tay Wiz coming live from the Man Cave as usual. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube page or the Twitter page, please feel free to do so at TAE_WIGGS. I keep up on the latest scores, news, injuries around these 2017 NBA playoffs, also include the 2017 NBA Finals. We definitely have a pivotal Game 6 coming on tonight. Will the Boston Celtics ambush the Wizards like they did in Game 5, or will the Washington Wizards prevail and to win this Game 6? I'm picking the Wizards to win this game by 6 points. I'm looking for people like Bradley Beal to have a good three-point shooting night, and definitely Martin Gatot and Markieff Morris to have a good game. So I'm picking the Wizards tonight by 6. We had a pivotal Game 6 on last night. I mean, so pivotal that the Houston Rockets didn't even show up to make this a game. They got ambushed from the start. James Harden was not in existence. I'm going straight to him because this is supposed to be the MVP candidate, and the game he had last night was not MVP material. He had 36 minutes last night, folks, with to go along with 10 points, 3 rebounds, 7 assists, but he was also 2 for 11 from the field. 2 for 3 from the three-point line. This is your MVP candidate. And he came out here and played. This is the game 53 of the regular season. Somebody should have told James Harden this is game 6 of the Western semifinals, and you didn't come up to play. I mean, the way you played, man, you need to go find you a barber and tell him cut that beard off. Because nobody wasn't feared the beard last night. We wasn't scared at all. The way the Spurs came in, the Spurs came and took care of business. First of all, I'm still trying to figure out why Mike D'Antoni put in Eric Gordon and sat down Ryan Anderson out of the starting lineup. That's where you lost points at, but it didn't matter because Ryan Anderson came off the bench 25 minutes with no points and 6 rebounds. This is what the Mike D'Antoni offense does to you. Outscore you so much. When a team is trying to make a move on the defensive end, they can't because they want to outscore the opponent. You still got to play defense in basketball. They didn't play much of defense last night, as you can see. Eric Gordon, like I said, played 30 minutes last night, people. 6 points, 2 for 9 from the field, and 2 from 7 from the three-point line. You live by the 3, you die by the 3. But you did get a good game for Trevor Ariza with his 20 points and 5 rebounds. He definitely played a good game, even though him and Danny Green got to a little scuffle, nothing at all. Nobody get hurt. Just a couple of words has changed. But Clint Capella also played a great game. He had a double-double with 15 points and 12 rebounds. Patrick Beverley played heavy minutes. 7 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. That was a Patrick Beverley type game. But James Harden, I am shocked. An MVP candidate. I mean, I was so shocked. Did you see at halftime where James Harden was on the bench and Mike D'Antoni was on the bench and Mike D'Antoni was spinning around his clipboard looking like, yep, our season over. Guess we got to get ready for next season. The look on their face at halftime showed me that they threw in the towel. They gave up on their season. They wasn't playing with no sense of urgency, especially James Harden. Lou Williams, another one off the bench. 20 minutes with 8 points. They look awful. 17 bench points not going to get you to win. Like I said, they lost by 39 points. The Spurs had a 42-point lead. The Spurs out-rebounded them 60 rebounds to 37. The Spurs had more defensive rebounds, too, than the Rockets. 46 to 27. Wasn't nobody on the glass at all. So that mean they was taking a lot of long shots. Wasn't nobody on the glass. They got out-assisted. Spurs 32, Rockets 14. The Rockets had 3 blocks. Spurs had 9. When I mean no sense of urgency, they was playing like, man, I can't wait for the season to get over so we can do what we want to do. And this is, like I was saying, the way you start your first quarter is the way you end your fourth quarter. Spurs had 31 points. The Rockets 24. The Rockets gave up in the fourth quarter 27 points to the Spurs by them only scoring 11. I don't know what happened to the Rockets. I mean, Mike D'Antoni, you got all the answers. You the coach, and they keep saying at the podium, it wasn't there. What you mean it wasn't there? This is game 6. You looking for a trophy, and you not go there and play team basketball. It was more, I'm gonna get my shots and hope they fall in, and it don't work like that. I want to go straight to the team that won last night. The San Antonio Spurs. They scored 114 points. Remember, people's like, how would they do without Kawhi Leonard? And they know Tony Parker out for the season. I'm gonna tell you this here. They still have 6 NBA champions on their team. A Kyle Anderson at the time, a Danny Green, a Paul Gasol, a Patty Mills, a David Lee, and a Manu Ginobili. So they still had these guys on their team, and they're still trying to figure out, I don't know, can they pull it out? And that's what they did. Popovich let you know he trusts in his team. They still played San Antonio basketball. And this is what I mean by San Antonio basketball. The bench scored 28 points. You got help from rookie Dejounte Murray, 11 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. And I said, look, if you put him coming in off the bench and starting him, I think he would do better off the bench. And that's what he did. That stat line right there. Patty Mills, another champion that I left out. 14 points, 3 rebounds, and 7 assists. So they're getting points from everybody. Everybody picked up the pieces. But these two guys right here, I'm about to call names. I'm about to call on next. Definitely showed up. Jonathan Simmons, the Houston native. 18 points, folks. 18 points and 4 assists. He played a huge game. He played like he'd been there before. He had a sense of urgency. You know what? We don't want to go 7 with the Rockets. Probably told Pop, hey, Pop, let's go at their throats. And that's what they did. And they went at their throats. Jonathan Simmons was playing nice defense on James Harden. Sliding his feet. He wasn't hand touching. Sliding his feet. Standing in front of him. Probably seen the Euro twice from James Harden last night. And normally, in the other night, you might see the Euro about 15 times. But last night, Jonathan Simmons played A+ defense on James Harden. He held him down to 2 Euros. And that was it. LaMarcus Aldridge finally came to play, folks. 34 points, 12 rebounds, 16 for 26 on the field from shooting. He shot 62% from the field. We seen the Portland Trailblazers, LaMarcus Aldridge. Finally, we seen him. I'm so happy that I'm saying this right now because I was waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. It took him for Kawhi Leonard to get hurt. Imagine if he could play like this on a night basis in the playoffs when Kawhi Leonard come back. That team would be held to stop. Can the Warriors stop the Spurs in the next round? We shall see. Because remember, the Warriors don't have a bench. They don't have a lot of big men. So we're going to see how this series goes between the Spurs and the Warriors. You know, the Spurs beat them twice out of 3 times they play. So that's not too bad right there. Back to the game that happened last night. Popovich. Is he a GOAT of a coach? Of course he is. Because he won this game with rookies and second-year men. And, of course, his 10-year veteran. And plus, you still had the Ginobili factor, too. But what I've seen from that young Dejounte Murray, nice ball player, he played terrific defense as well. The Spurs came out and ambushed him. Seriously, they ambushed him. I mean, they ambushed him so much. The Houston Rockets crowd was so quiet. They had those shirts that Travis Scott made for them. Said run as one for the Rockets. And guess what the Rockets did? They ran as one. They ran as one to the locker room and going home for the rest of the season. They was going fishing. And you know what Travis Scott said? Is the Rockets going to win? He said straight up. The Spurs said, nope. This is our Texas 2-step. We're leaving out of here with the win. Like I said, James Harden, I don't know what got into you last night. I don't know if he was chopped and screwed or you was drinking that Texas tea. So it didn't look right. But we know who won. We know the better team won last night. The San Antonio Spurs won 114-79. A 39 shellacking. We can't say whooping, a shellacking. That's what happened. So we know the conference finals is set in the West. The Spurs and the Warriors. I'll get to that another day. But I'm looking for the Spurs to win that series in 6. People say, "Oh, you crazy?" But trust and believe me, I'm sticking to it. 4-6. That's what I'm going with. Watch. Close them out in 6, baby. It's going to be that easy. First team to win 4. I'm picking the Spurs to win in 6. That's what I mean by 4-6. You know who I am. Tay Wiz coming live from the Man Cave as usual. If you're not subscribed to the Twitter page or the YouTube channel, please feel free to do so at TAE_WIGGS. Y'all have a nice day.